again with another edition of Common Sense with Freddy. You guys know I'm a capacity builder. If you're just joining this channel for the very first time, please smash on the red subscribe button and join the community. Turn on the bell notifications so you can get every single of our videos, so you can learn one or two from us. Potentially, if you want to take any of our capacity building classes or coaching, absolutely we are available to give you that support. Today I stumbled on this video, and you all know in motherland Nigeria, Children Day was on May 27 when we used to go and do match pass. Come on, I'm sure many of you would not forget that in a few, except you didn't grow up in Nigeria. But if you did, you know what I'm talking about. So this young professional online banker did this video, and when I was listening to it, the thing broke my heart. It got me so worried. What is the future of motherland? What is going to befall us? What is happening? What is going to happen? You worry me. Now, another thing that also got my attention be say, in Nigeria, men, they focus to the knack, born babies. So it may be like, say, per second billing, babies are dropping in Nigeria, and our population is increasing by the day. And as this population is increasing, government is not doing anything to also increase the capacity and enabling skills for these young people to actually strive. And do you realize that Nigerian population, we have younger people a lot, even though your leaders are very old people, but we have predominantly young people. The median age is around 17 or 18. Isn't that worrying? You know what, let me not talk too much. Watch this video. Online banker broke it down with numbers, and I need you to see. Then I will come back and tell you one or two things that I feel about what this guy is sharing.
Let's talk about children today. Since 2020, Nigeria has been adding an additional about 4.5 million children to its population, growing at a rate of about 2.1 to 2.2%. So every year, 4.5 or 4.6 million children will join us. That's lovely, right? But here is the problem. Nigeria has one of the highest youth population in the world. A large percentage of the population is below 35 years. China has large population. They are doing well. India has large population. They are doing very well. The United States has a large population. They are also doing well. But Nigeria has a large population. Why we are not where we are supposed to be in terms of world power and the innovation that we have is because of one thing: education. UNESCO recommends that about 15 to 20% of the national budget is allocated to education every year. For 2024, this is what we have for Nigeria. About 7.9% was allocated to education. That made it up to 2.1 trillion naira. Now see how the money was allocated. From federal universities to federal polytechnics to federal science to JAM to WAEC to French to Arabic to nomadic to gift and then to WAEC International. This is how the money was spent. That's the 2.1 trillion. So you can see how it was spent here. And you and I know how much it eventually gets to. I'm not speaking about that one. Now these are to government officials that are listening to this. Every species on earth, everything that is living prioritizes the next generation. Fruits prioritize the next fruit. If they don't produce, eventually the tree dies and then that fruit goes extinct. So it is with everything in life. Even your money, if you don't plan for how the money will bring more money, when that money finishes, you're in trouble. As a people, if we're not prioritizing education, we cannot compete with people like in China. Have you seen those Chinese kids? If you feel like you are doing anything, know that there's an 11-year-old Chinese kid that is better than whatever you are doing as a 27 or 30-something-year-old person. Harsh reality, right? Now, our lack of education is showing in everything that we do. In our buildings, in our roads, in our science and technology, in our food, in everything that we do, it is showing. And if we do not prioritize education, instead of us to be growing an active population of scientists, doctors and all, we'll be growing militia, armed men and robbers and thugs, and that will be detrimental to our future. Well, happy Children's Day to every child out there. You are the future of this country. Let me hear your thoughts about.
Okay, so I'm sure that video made a whole lot of sense. So this also brought me back to some thoughts. Now, several countries that engaged in some ill vices like what we are facing in Nigeria right now. I'll tell you, Colombia, for example, they were into drugs. A lot of their young people are so into drugs now, the drug cartels and all whatnot. I mean, I don't need to explain that to you. If you go online, I can bet you see a lot of updates about this. Now, how about Somalia? A lot of young people were engaged in piracy or pirate activities over the years. You know exactly what is happening there today. A lot of countries have blacklisted them. International community want to do stuff with Somalia. Now Nigeria, we are so into what? Fraud, online and internet fraud. Young people are so focused into short-term money making, like content creation. That's not capacity building. And because the contents are not even productive, the contents are aimed at making some little change from YouTube, or then after then what else? They're not transferable skills. They are not sustainable. What helps a country to strive and to grow is capacity building. It's education. The reason my village will never grow above where they are right now is because nothing is happening there. A lot of dropouts, a lot of people are refusing to go to school, and even if they do, they don't sit down and make something out of the education that they went. Sometimes I wonder, how did I get out of that village? How did I get myself here? I'd always love to stand out. I'd always love to do things that would give me dignity. I knew I could do more. I knew I could do better. That was why I left my village. I mean, my village is a beautiful place, but I can tell you that a lot of old memories, when I think about it, I wish there was enlightenment in terms of education, in terms of capacity building to help the younger people. So think about it for a minute. From this video that you've watched, what do you think the future of Nigeria will be like? Knowing that there is no capacity building structure, education is dwindling down a lot, professionals are running away from Nigeria, and also we are not having new medical doctors, nurses, engineers, pilots. They're not being rolled out by the day because everyone seems to be telling you education is a scam. Education is a scam. How is it a scam? How is it a scam? Please, can somebody drop the comments in the comment section what you think about this video? I'd like to hear from you. Is capacity building a way to go? Is education a way to go? Because I don't see how we will strive without education. I don't see how companies, establishments, and structures will spring up without education. This is very concerning. I'd like you to leave your thoughts under the comment section. And again, if you are just joining my channel for the very first time, don't forget to smash on the red subscribe button to join the community, and turn on the bell notification just in case when I'm dropping a next video. I'd like you to please drop your comment and share your thoughts, what you think about what the online banker just shared. It bothers me as a capacity builder, and again, I am always doing what I'm doing because of this, training individuals. I have lost count of how many business analysts I have trained around the world. I've lost count of how many product managers or data analysts. And the interesting part is that a lot of them in Nigeria that I've trained, okay, they've been able to train others. And that's what makes me feel good. And that's why I'm pushing this message out there. Capacity building is a way to go. Capacity building is a way to go. And you see, when you're a data analyst and when you're a product manager, when you're a project manager, you are able to also impact your offspring, and that will be a transfer of knowledge. But you see, when you're a content creator that you are rolling on mods outside just to make money off social media, what knowledge are you transferring to your child? What example are you leaving for them? Think about it. When the content you are creating is nothing but for 2-second laugh or fun. There is nothing analytical or critical in what you're doing. Definitely, what exactly do you think you're transferring to your offspring or people around you? I leave you to share your thoughts below this video. And in case you want to join any of our trainings, tech trainings, or if you want to seek scholarship or trying to settle in America, we have coaching sessions that can help you. Definitely, I will leave details below this video so you can reach out to us and then we see how we can work with you. See you when you reach out, because the bottle is crowded.